This is Charlie Kao with Travel Mall TV in Madrid at the World Travel and Tourism Summit with Mr. Lars Jorgensen, who's the CEO of wonderful Copenhagen, the tourism office of Copenhagen. As I told you, I flew Norwegian Air from Los Angeles to Madrid via Copenhagen. That's quite some airport you have there.
Yes, it's a major asset for Copenhagen. It brings about some 25 million passengers a year. So for a relatively small city like Copenhagen, of course, it's a major asset because it makes us a regional hub in Northern Europe and provides us with a lot of traffic that we wouldn't have had if Copenhagen were, so to speak, an end station.
Right. For those who don't know, Norwegian Air obviously flew from Los Angeles non-stop and flies from like Florida, New York and others, and actually non-stop Los Angeles, London. And I was quite pleasantly surprised of the comfort of the seat. I bought the ticket with the food and baggage option. You don't have to, and the food was good. So you're gonna see more passengers long haul.
Definitely, we are going to see more long haul, and what's happening in these years with the new generation of aircraft, such as the Dreamliner and the Airbus 350 now coming on the market, is that we will see an opening up of more European destinations to long-haul destinations in Asia and in Latin America, because it's obvious for the medium-sized cities in Europe, it's difficult to fill an A350, an A380, but with 400 people, but you can fill 200 people easily from Sao Paulo or from Johannesburg coming to Europe. So these new aircraft, they will provide a brand new possibility to penetrate markets overseas. Not at least also we will see it in China and other.
Right, they're flying to Thailand right now.
Definitely, and we will see that a new pattern coming up. So the low-cost revolution that we experienced in Europe now 10 to 15 years ago, we will see that coming now, I think, to the long haul.
Long haul. And
market.
you're one of the first. Well, there's really, other than London, which sees a little low-cost long haul, you're going to maybe be the first to see.
We will see more of it.
More.
And actually, as you also can see in the order books of Boeing and Airbus, that there's a long queue of customers of airlines wanting to buy these new kind of aircraft because they will provide new growth opportunities.
Oh, it's a great plane. Copenhagen. If somebody have not visited it for, say, 20 years, 15 years, and went back, what would they find different today?
Well, what would they find different today is that there is no manufacturing industry left in Copenhagen. We used to be proud shipbuilding people in Copenhagen and other, heavy metal production facilities. Copenhagen has nowadays become a lifestyle city with the design, with food, with fashion, film, with knowledge industries as the pillars of the economic motor of the city. And as these industries move in and the manufacturing moves out, that also changed, the daily life in the city. It means that you get people with higher incomes able to consume better restaurant product, better retail product, so you get a better offer in these areas. You also get a refurbishment of the city with the new uses of the old industrial facilities. So you will see a lot of very interesting new cultural institutions coming up. Some of them in the old industrial facilities, some of them built on the place where they used to be. So both, I would say, physically, but also mentally, you would definitely feel a more modern Copenhagen, a city with a high degree of what I would call livability, in the sense that it's efficient as a destination, for instance, for the meeting industry, but at the same time it's a very relaxed and people-oriented kind of city.
It's interesting you say that, because in the recent 3-5 years, it shows up in these surveys or ratings some of these major magazines do as the top cities, best cities in the world to live in. Copenhagen shows up.
Yeah, such as Monocle and what are they called nowadays. I think that the real challenge in the global world is to find a way of living where you are at the same time both competitive and you don't lose your identity as a city and a people, and that you're still able to live I would say, a normal life. And I think that cities and countries that are able to combine these things, highly competitive kind of performance, and at the same time a high quality of living, these places today become some kind of not a role model, at least places you want to visit. So we call it Copenhagenism.
Well, you earlier talked about and explained how the standard of living has gone up, middle class has grown, and the services for them have appeared, including the food industry, which has shown itself through the media, the food in Copenhagen, as some of the best in the world. You have some of the highest Michelin.
You wouldn't have guessed that 20 years ago that we would have the best restaurants in the world.
No, well, I wouldn't know. But now you're Michelin #1 restaurant, and they look great, wonderful. But a big segment of the market wouldn't be able to afford to experience lovely restaurants. So having established that you have great, if you have the money, you can experience tremendous food in Copenhagen. What if you only had moderate amount of money? What are the options for the visitors for eating and dining?
Well, you see, the wonderful thing about the revolution in the food industry in Copenhagen is that it all started up with some young guys, entrepreneurial young guys, traveling and working with the grand chefs, Roger Verger in France, and Ferrero in Spain, and so forth. They came back and opened up new restaurants that became Michelin stars. What happened was that it became fashionable to become a chef. And today, many young chefs, they have seen inspiration from these heroes. So yes, there are expensive restaurants, but you will see a forest of wannabe, upcoming, smart restaurants.
And they're all going out in the morning to their favorite farm and picking fresh vegetables.
And there is a huge competition in between these young people. And they're popping up, and I'm really amazed to see, the kind of innovation that we are seeking. Nearly every day, new restaurants coming up, new concepts, and some kind of a food community trying to show we can do better. Also, when you have such a magnet kind of marketplace, it attracts other talents who want to try and work there to the benefit of those of us who live there, and to visitors that can get both, the top Michelin star kind of restaurant, but also the more street-like good food restaurants?
Well, Lars, I think the stars are with you because between Norwegian Air, all this, I mean, of course you have your cultural, historic, great sites and buildings there that people normally used to come and still come to visit, but now you have also a weak euro to attract long-haul visitors to visit you.
Yeah, especially for the American dollar.
Yes, and we love, everybody loved Copenhagen, but always thought it was too expensive. So now
it's become much more affordable.
Excellent.
Much more and accessible, great to the new aircraft.
Thank you, Norwegian Air.
Yeah, thank you, Norwegian. Thank you.
Lars Joergensen, CEO of wonderful Copenhagen. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the talk.